Sit your podcast down. Well, episode 20, you just said it. 28 is
27.
now. Oh, you 7. I still did it wrong.
28. We're on 28.
Okay, we got 28. Okay. We got Reek in the building. It's not Murder Reek. Should it be Murder Reek today? Are you good? I just want to make sure.
It might come out later.
Right. So potentially Alter Ego Murder Reek makes an appearance. We got Gina building, repping the Saints. Don't know why after that performance, but hey, can't win them all. So
I don't take it personal.
As you should. I mean, y'all were good for a long time, so
Hey, we had a run. I'm okay with being mediocre for the next 10 years.
That's fine. That's fair. That's how football works, it seems. McFly in the building. Yo, speaking of real quick on football, just real quick note. Now that the games are here, I'm still just not as excited as I wanted to be. Like I still like, no. Buffalo native Bills when they won, that was cool to see. Down here in New York, the Giants lost, which was kind of funny to see. Although, would have liked to see the home.
Talk about giving the game away.
I mean, giving it away, absolutely. I will say I think that I'm starting to get back into it a little bit more, but. I just need the NFL to do something to really cater to the black man. I feel like we already make them millions of dollars. Just, make me feel welcome. Do more. I don't know what that is, but it's just, I don't know what they've done it, but that's just me. That's my soapbox speech for the moment. Beyond that, we'll talk a little bit about Verzuz first off. Now I'm going to have a different opinion than most on this Verzuz. I actually stand with Joe. I don't think that he lost. I think hip hop won. Number one. Number two. listen. I'm not done. Number two. I cannot and will not ever in my life let corniness win. Corniness cannot carry the day. Corny will not get you a dub. I don't care what you do. We were talking about this earlier. You can be dumb, but when you dumb and corny, it's different, right? I can't. So, as far as I'm concerned, on that versus between Fat Joe and Ja Rule, hip hop won. Y'all can go ahead.
What?
I said what I said.
That was probably one of the most clear, dominating performances we've seen on the Verzuz.
Yeah.
Job one pretty clear. And I think the biggest thing, because I know a lot of people was picking Joe. And a lot of people was picking Joe because they like, oh, he's still making hits. He's still that. Joe's hits have never been as big as Ja's hits. Period. And you saw that. Because Joe would play like all the way up. Like, yeah, that was fire. And then when Ja plays it, you realize how big his songs were compared to Joe. Like he could not compete.
He played the wrong songs. He didn't play the right songs in the right order. But he tried to make it. What I'll say about this, I'll give one criticism to my Bronx brother. One thing he did wrong was you can't take no. He could have won, and as I said, hip hop won. He could have won. The problem is he tried making it the same. He tried using the KISS strategy of like, yo, we really rap these bars. We're really artists. We really do this shit. And trying to say, well, Ja's singing, which is factual. Ja is singing. But then Ja refers to himself as the singing rapper. So what do you do when he already admits, I'm going to do this singing because that's what my hits were? I mean, to me, they all sound the fucking same too, but whatever. He's going to win if you say, oh, you singing. Well, nigga, that's what I did. And Ja and Joe had no response for that. Then on the other side of it, you can't go the whole like bars and we rap this shit. Like Joe, you're not a rapper like
You don't
like
have
Kiss.
those.
You don't have those.
You're not that. Now if Pun was here, then he could say, yo, nigga, I'm out here rapping. And that's different.
Right.
You can't do that. Like, you was the brains, you was the money, you was the image. Like, that's fine, but you can't hit. You need to hit on like that ball shit. Like, I run shit where I am your Irv Gotti and I'm the Ja Rule of my label. Like, that's how you should have went with it. Not this idea of like you can sit bars. That's not the way to go.
Yeah, and I think like people kind of misconstrue what the Locks did to Dipset and try to take the same strategy. It ain't gonna work because the Locks, for one, they're way more lyrical. They had like a way better strategy.
Mm-hmm.
They had counters ready for counters. You could tell Joe didn't have any counters ready for anything Ja was gonna play. Ja seemed more prepared than Joe because Ja was like, okay, because in the beginning, Joe was first of all, I would have never played anything from Fat Joe to Gangster era. No,
when we get into it, man.
You're not playing anything from that era and thinking that you're gonna get a win. That's one. Two, like Ja was prepared. Like if you want to go street, we can go street. Joe messed up by saying, "Hey," because you could hear Ja saying, "Like I thought we was doing hits. Like you set the tone. Like by saying hits, like if you made Ja go street, you probably would have more street records than Ja. Even though Ja has a lot of street records, but Ja's street records ain't as big as his other records. And you can compete. If you making Ja play 4 or 5 more of the street records, you can compete better. But you wanted to go hit. You thought your hits were on Ja's level. And they weren't. Like somebody put up the numbers, because Joe's like, I got such and such, I got like mad number ones. And they put up his numbers. He didn't have any number ones. And the highest joint he ever got was 3. And Ja was on it. So it's like, you can't compete with that. And it was like a terrible strategy thinking like, well, I can go hit with Ja. Not you, Joe. You don't have the power.
I think he won. And hip hop won.
The crazy thing to me, he didn't even get into the street bag like I thought he was going to get into the street bag.
Right.
Because it would have been bad if he did. Right. There's some throwaway songs that he could have went a different direction and he might not have lost a round. Like right now, I got him losing a couple. He might not have lost a round if he went into a certain bag.
Yeah. If Joe kept it the same way he started it, because Joe kept it street to start with. Because I'm looking at the list now. He had like Flo Joe was gonna lose. That's a terrible song. Ja played It's Murder. Okay. That's a round for Ja.
See, I didn't see it until after that.
See, because you saw when it started getting poppy. See, so then Fat Joe played My Lifestyle. That's a hard song. Ja pulled out Can I Get It? Ja probably
not winning out. Are we gonna go through them or we
No, I'm just saying like how we started. And then like Fat Joe put out like I Shot You. The remix, LO. Okay, it's like now I gave Joe that round. It's like now we keeping in this round, you could beat Ja. Because Ja's about to run out.
I'm like, listen, let's get to it. Let's get to your rounds, G. I know you got your list. So let's go ahead so I can disagree with all your shit. Yo, but wait, before we get to the rounds, before we get to that, the level of corny is hard to overcome.
He overcame it. He won.
He said, no, I don't think so. He said, I was everybody's high school, junior high favorite. Joe played a song. He said, Joe, man, that song was, whatever. But, I'm going to keep it between me and you. And then he played that shit. He didn't win. I will not concede to somebody that's that corny. I will not. And Joe did the right thing.
He came out and said no. I gave Joe that round.
I gave him that fight. Once he did that, I gave him that fight. And then I told you, Yo, what somehow I called this. Me and G were talking. I'm like, I almost called. I said, they need somebody else. Like I said, Nelly or something or somebody, and he came out. And yo, Nelly did high here. Joe wins. Joe wins.
You was really on your prophet Nostradamus.
And then I said, yo, Ashanti gonna come out. And I said, and watch her do a song with both of them.
We knew what happened. She has to.
Oh, she didn't have to do nothing. They label me. That's her label me. Could you imagine if E come out and do a song with Dipset?
The biggest hit that Ashanti got with Fat Joe, Ja's on it. So it was like
his voice on it. He did the hook, which is fair. But I'm just saying. So any points Ja gets for that, he lost. And they brought out Vita and Lil Mo. I think you know what? Who won? The ladies won. Because Ashanti still look good. Mo can still blow, and Vita's gonna be, America's next top fighter. So they win. The ladies won.
A Streets of Rage character.
Definitely look like she gets it in still.
Yo, with the washboard abs. So it's like,
right.
Bruh.
You don't see somebody for a while. You think they come out just looking washed, and she came out like in better shape.
She doing better than John.
Right.
Apparently.
All right, yo. Round one, it's Murder versus FloJo.
That was ridiculous.
Yeah.
The fact that he put up, I will say this. I'm not gonna say many negative things about Joe because I think Terror Squad forever. But FloJo versus It's Murder. Are you on crack?
Yeah.
Like what were you?
I went back and listened to FloJo, and I'm like, what? Did your DJ mess up?
I tell you, because remember what I said. If I was Joe, I'm setting it off with deep cover. Like he's not. Ja probably doesn't have anything that's just going to beat that round off rip. Or
okay, go ahead, my bad.
I was about to say, even if he puts out It's Murder, it's like, hey, that's a debatable round. I probably go deep cover because I like that better. So
he put out
FloJo. He set it off with FloJo. He went first.
Yeah.
That was bad.
One for Ja.
That was bad.
Next round, Ja came back. Can I Get Her versus My Lifestyle?
Can I Get It was going to win that one.
I went. Can I Get Her? Personally speaking,
I would have gave it to Joe if he did the remix with Kiss and Remy, and they both was there.
Both were there. You could have.
So it's like, why didn't you do that?
But also, this is my whole point with Ja. The same shit he said about Joe, like these ain't yours, nigga. Like these you can't. You gonna straight off the strength of Jay-Z and DMX gonna carry you on your first two songs? It's whack.
He had a plan. This is the difference from a plan. This is a plan.
That's whack.
You act like Joe's whole catalog isn't that.
It is.
He was not the artist. He was the producer. He was the label head.
So why are you doing verses then?
Right.
Because he's a rapper first. Verses.
Fat Joe's a rapper first.
Not a good one. Not a great.
That's
one.
why.
Not a great one. And then what was it? And wasn't the next round another Jay-Z song, man?
Next round was it Murdergram and I
Shot Ya remix. I gave this to Joe.
I gave that to Joe too. And that let me know, like, yo, Joe keep his street. He can beat Ja because Ja, if like that's his selection, you going with your street records, he can't compete. Like he's gonna pick the wrong songs. And that's why like Joe should have kept it there. But Joe didn't.
No. So we got what you got? You gave that round to Joe?
I gave that round to Joe.
What about you? Are you giving every round to Joe? Okay.
No, that one went to Joe. Matter of fact, that one went to Joe. The first two went to Jay-Z. So Joe's up 1-0. So fuck out of here. That's how I feel.
We can call it that. We can call it how you call it.
Right.
Ja put out Holla Holla to The Enemy. Come on, man.
Right. That was a bad choice by Joe.
What are you doing?
That's a terrible choice by Joe.
Now it's 1-1.
This is
it's still you only can get one per round. It's tied up 1-0. It's tied up 1-1. The first 2 rounds went to Jay-Z. Now it's 1-1. So come on, next round.
So we got a job between me and you, and then we got the Enya remix, the deep cover, 98.
Because Joe brought out Remy for the Enya remix, and then went in the deep cover where Remy did Punchberg.
Yeah,
that's a round for Joe.
I'm giving it to Ja because
it's ridiculous.
I didn't even like Joe and Enya remix. First of all, I could get rid of that. Now deep cover, I see that's different. Does Between Me and You beat both of those? Probably not, but I'm giving it to Ja.
I gave that to Joe. I gave that round to Joe.
So now Joe up 2-1. Just keep going. Like I told y'all how I feel. Joe up 2-1. So let's get to the next shit. And then here starts to run. Then the run starts. Ain't all the way up next.
It goes downhill for Joe after this.
Yeah, I was gonna say so all the way up, and then Ja played Living It Up. This is close to me, but I gave it to Fat Joe.
I gave it to Living It Up. I like Living It Up better.
I'm giving it to Fat Joe. So you up 3-1. So
I'm giving it to Fat Joe. I guess where he has more than 3-1. You're just not counting those that he won earlier. But
if anything, it'd be 3-3 right now, but it's 3-1.
But also we also got to take into account this. During the performance, the energy wasn't going well for Joe either at this point.
It wasn't going well for Ja, but it was definitely going better for Ja.
It was going better for Ja. Like Ja,
to me, this is also not fair because the songs that Ja's played, the energy should be more for him, more pronounced than it was. And I'm sorry, every time he puts his hand up and he reaches out to the crowd, and maybe it's a mic issue, maybe my device isn't working well. But when I see him, hey yo, when I say this, you gotta do this, and everyone's just like, that's a round. He loses the round. Whatever he's playing, he lost. You don't get people excited like you did.
I don't know.
We're not in junior high no more. Like, even when I was in junior high, I didn't like this shit. I was listening to 50.
Ja had more crowd participation and people knowing the words of his song than Joe.
He also made more popular songs.
That was clear.
It was clear on at some points, but it wasn't clear.
Most points.
At this point, it was not. At this point, it was not.
Okay, sure.
You know what, G? You full of shit. We were both talking about, yo, I can't hear nothing right now from either side.
No. I said you're right at this point.
Okay, fair. At this point, it was not. Now, by the end, yeah, motherfucker was singing some of that Ja Rule shit. Fine, fuck it. But now they were not. You niggas were still getting their drinks and the weeds in the hit check.
It was a slow build.
It was a real slow build right now. It wasn't nobody cheering. So
next round, we got Ja and Charlie Baltimore, Down Ass Bitch, and then we got he did 2 songs this one. He did
he did Big
John
Pun.
Blaze and Still Not a Player.
He was still not playing.
So it's 4-1. I'm just saying it's 4-1 right now, yeah.
I don't think it's 4-1, but
it's not.
It's 4-3.
Even based on what y'all said, it was 4-3. Right, he's up right now.
4-3.
He's up.
Okay, there's a lot to go.
Listen, so he gonna come out on
it's
top.
Real bad after
this. It's starting to get dark. It's starting to get dark.
I don't think I got him winning after this.
All right. See, now here's the other thing. Like you don't realize how many features Joe actually has until you like, yo, he got mad songs with mad people and like mad people not coming out. So, like you look at John Blaze, you couldn't get one person to come out for John Blaze. You couldn't get one, but like we 6 niggas on there.
We gave him that. Wait, 6 niggas and they all in New York.
Right. They are all there.
Listen. He had to save some people for the end. So relax.
He could even kept Remy out, just do pun verse. Just do something to get somebody else. Like you can't do a posse cut with no posse.
Either way, it's
Ja's like, yo, I'm out here by myself.
It's 4-1.
4-3. So we got next. We got Lil Mo, Vita, Put It On Me.
The girls won that.
We got we got Ha Ha, Slow Down.
The girls won that. We'll give one to Little Mo and
Round Ja.
Round, Little Mo, and Vita.
Then now he could have found Bobby somewhere for a fact. I know he could have
Bobby
found
ain't doing
Bobby.
shit.
Yeah,
But
Bobby
we
did
got-
a versus. Like he could.
That's what.
Right.
That's why he loses because he couldn't get Bobby.
I might give you
compared
that
to
argument.
the people Joe couldn't get.
I mean, I'm just saying he couldn't get Bobby Brown, who probably still got on his fit from versus when he did it. No, no.
So we
You
got
lose that round.
We got.
I mean, John didn't even have Irv with him, so it was.
He
He was
there.
on stage.
Was he there? Was he there?
In the
He was on
background?
stage.
He was too busy having Twitter fingers, but we'll get to that.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
What's the next round? Bobby, and then what did Fat Joe get this one?
Don Cartagena.
Okay, yeah.
Don Cartagena versus Doug Love.
So I mean,
I'm
it's
giving
not-
it to
it's
Ja.
five- it's
Round
5-1.
goes to Ja.
5-1.
That round goes to Ja.
He didn't get Bobby.
So,
5-1.
He couldn't get Diddy. Diddy ain't doing shit.
I mean,
Right.
Diddy's hard to get than Bobby fucking Brown.
Diddy, listen,
5-1.
Diddy was on the phone with Fat Joe the next day.
Right.
Yeah.
A phone call that's not showing up somewhere. Come on now.
He can do that. He's like, yo, can you come out to do your hook for Don Cartagena? Give me something.
5-1. 5-1, Joe. Next round.
So much pain. All I do is win. I didn't know Joe was on. All I do is win. So
Me
I'm giving
either.
it to Ja.
So I gave
But
it to
that's what I'm telling you. That's what I'm telling you. But I told y'all if he goes into that bag, he got it. 6-1 Joe. 6-1 Joe.
That's Ja's round. Like it's
I
like
didn't
I
even
don't
know
even
he
know.
was on
I
that
didn't even know
joint.
Fat Joe was on that.
6-1. 6-1.
And I hate that song.
6-1 Joe. So much pain is trash. 6-1 Joe.
Yeah,
So-
that's Ja's round. Easy
Yeah,
round
that's
for
Ja.
Easy round
So
for Ja.
Ja up. We got The Crown from Ja. Then I think he went into Ain't It Funny remix. And then Fat Joe, he decided to come back with Sunshine.
Which is brand new and it ain't that big.
So I'm gonna get that to Ja.
That's a Ja round.
We're gonna get that one to Ja.
That's a Ja round.
So much pain go hard.
I get I get you the ain't the funny one. That's 6-2.
So much pain does go hard. I gave that round to Ja. I was listening to So Much Pain before all I do is win.
Right. And then The
10 out
Crown,
of 10 times.
I messed with The Crown. The J-Lo, I guess I'm over it. Back then I knew it was fire, but now I'm kind of like,
It's still better than what Fat Joe put up.
yeah.
6-2.
He said counter that with Sunshine because his
These
bag
are-
is getting low.
And I'm looking at the songs that Ja is playing. I'm like, Joe, these are winnable.
Yeah,
are
like, it ain't like
He didn't play his best songs when he needed to.
What are you doing?
right.
Next
That's what
one.
I'm saying. Like he played it terrible, and especially
Yeah.
if he kept Ja in the street bag, because you see how you notice how quickly Ja had to switch it up to go big hits. If you kept his street and kept him there, you probably win. Like Jadakiss did with Fab. Keep him in this lane. Don't go into the other lane because you won't win.
Right. Make it weird for him.
Right. Make people have saying like, man, this is a battle. I kind of like that one better than the girls song. But next round, what was it? Down for You versus So Excited by Fat Joseph. Down for You with a dominant round.
Dominant.
It's
Dominant.
It's
Wait.
6-3.
And let's not forget to mention the optics of what was going on. They took a 30-minute break.
Yeah.
They took a 30-minute break.
Like commercials and
And
shit.
at this point, the DJ who, in previous battles and previous verses killed it. Like, this is the energy of the crowd. Like, I felt like the crowd was ready to leave.
Yeah. And watching it, I was ready to leave. I was
Me
done.
too. I definitely checked out.
That 30-minute break. I get why they did it. It's a great time to give people like commercials and I guess give like I don't know what you're trying to pull, but like that's way too long of a break. Especially the idea of verses is supposed to be like what's name talked about this as far as being like this is like we in the house type of deal for the most part because it's on like IG Live and shit. You can't if you give me 30 minutes of a break, I'm gonna find something other to do in 30 minutes.
And I'll give Ja points for the fact that he didn't want to break. He's like, I'm not changing clothes. Let's go.
Man, listen.
Joe changed his jacket.
He
Yeah, I'm
changed his
saying,
whole
come on, the
outfit. He
same
had two
fit.
outfits. It don't matter. He had two fits, different colors. Leave my nigga
Same
alone.
fit.
Also, he a big dude. He need a break. Josh still do CrossFit. I ain't got time for that shit.
And it wasn't like Joe was performing, running around the stage and all that.
Man, yo, listen. Man, want a break. I'm not mad enough want a break. I just need a break. Should have been 30 minutes. Versus messed up on that. It should have been 10 minutes, a recess or something, and then being back to it. But fine.
He got on the phone and was hoping that Nelly was there. He was hoping his people was there to pull
Right.
out. Pretty much what it was. Just confirming people were there.
I've seen how Joe operates. When I seen how his record team operates, Joe needs a lot of help. I've seen it. I've seen him shut down a championship game because he didn't have his pros with him. I've seen him do it.
That's a boss move. Fuck how you feel.
I need a half hour. I need to make sure Nelly is here. I need to make sure my features are here.
Whatever. All right, next song.
what's next?
Fat Joe's up 6-2. So
It's just Fat Joe's been
6-3. I'm sorry.
Dominated.
6-3 right now.
He did
might flip that score.
he did the Destiny outro with yes. To be honest, I don't really care for either one of these. So
yeah, that was just a bad round
yeah.
altogether. And this is how you know Joe could have won if he kept his streak. Because Joe do not know how to pick his good records, his good street records at all.
Right.
I think no one knows his good street records. Keep it a buck with you. That's
no. They would know him if he played them.
The beats are recognizable for sure.
Right. They would know him if he played them. People would know those songs. But,
I would say. I would say so. Now so that's Joe. That's 7-3.
So you keep saying the score, but we know just for the people listening, that's not the score that we're on.
That is not the score.
What's the real score? What's y'all fraud score? What are y'all saying?
I don't forgot by this point, but I know Joe only
so
got
it sounds like 7-3 is the right answer then.
Joe only
you
got
might want to flip it.
7-4. No, 7-4, Joe. All right.
6-4
for Ja.
7-4, Joe. We'll keep
next, going. Merry Rainy Days. And Joe came out with another round.
8-4. Chris Brown.
You can't do that.
8-4.
No. Especially because we're going by the battle.
Yeah.
In the building, Rainy Days dominated another round.
The crowd started to get involved.
Right. The crowd is involved now. Rainy Days came on and it was like
okay, yeah. I'll give you I'll give you 8-5. I'll give you 8-5 because the next year about to be 25, so it don't matter. Come on.
The crazy thing about even though the crowd got involved, like Ja is so corny with the way he tried to get the crowd involved. It's just like cringe almost. Like I'm like, I just
for
I Cry. This is your king though. This is who y'all picked.
Y'all was sitting there. King, but he still won. He still won.
Y'all was sitting there singing "I Cry."
He still won. He still won the round. He still won the round.
I do not. You do not win the round when you bring out Nelly. Period.
Yes, you do.
No, you don't.
Like Nelly lost his own verses.
Nope.
Clearly.
I don't care. Nelly won. Nelly
was trying to get by Ashanti so bad too.
Right.
Kept curving.
Nelly was about to go on Ja's side.
All right. What was next? Clapback versus
I Won't Tell.
I Won't Tell. I like I Won't Tell, but it's not Clapback.
It's not Clapback. Clapback was better.
Clapback wasn't that in like his like trying to get back at 50 era?
100%.
Yeah.
So that's a loss, most.
Yeah.
That was good.
I like it.
Clapback
it just didn't. It didn't win.
It didn't win. It was too. By the time he put out Clapback, the damage was already been done.
Yeah, the crowd could have played anything. The crowd was on his side.
You clap back entirely too late. I'm not giving him that round then. I'm not giving it to him now. I'm not giving him a round then. I'm not giving him a round now. You're clap back.
Clap back. It was like you already like in the grave.
You've already been clapped. You've already been clapped.
It was like a little late when you came to, but the song was hard though. It was just like damn, a little too late. Like it's like maybe if he put this out a year earlier.
Man, that's what I said. I'm still giving it to what's name. So he up right now 8, 9, 10, 5.
I still had that. I gave that round to Ja.
Yeah,
I Won't Tell is a very forgettable Fat Joseph song.
But I like it though. I like the song.
Yeah, it was a good song. But Ja did to Joe on that round what Joe should have been doing to Ja. I'm gonna play something hard and aggressive, and you're gonna play something soft and lose. Round to Ja.
The corniness of the intro to this The crowd did react. I think that right side that they wasn't feeling it, but the middle and the left, they was about it.
Yeah, they was in it. Even if he like in the way he explained it was just so stupid. Like he could have just said, okay, this side, I cry. This in the middle, you cry, and you over here, we cried together. And you like you could have did that way simpler. But John
he said we represent the world right now, and the world's about love, and we gonna cry. Round, Fat Joe.
It's a John
round. I see. The thing is, I am not. We spent all this time talking about like the presence and how you present it and how you carry yourself in all the stage.
That's why
when you do that, you're that corny. All I see is NBA All-Star game level corny. I don't care what the song was. You lose off of that. You lose. I will, and I did. You lost.
Didn't Lil Mo come out?
Yeah,
she had been out though.
She was, but there's the thing.
She had been out for songs. This was her first time.
At this point in the Ja is clearly controlling and dominating the entire event.
Yes. As lame as the event was,
right?
He dominated it.
Right. And the fact that you're thinking is so corny is showing how dominant he is in this battle right now.
They will take anything, and they're taking his corniness at this point.
I thought it was awful.
I agree.
Right.
It was.
But
cringy.
The fact that Ja has made this into his show, he has turned this into his show featuring Fat Joseph. That's what this show is right now.
Yeah. I'm giving that round to Ja, by the way.
Didn't he bring out Nelly for this?
I don't like that song.
Yeah, the Poppin' is a terrible song.
I don't care about that song.
I don't care. That's
not a good song.
I Cry is a better song,
it's
and it was a bigger hit.
Yeah, it's really almost like Joe went down his contacts and like, okay, who can show up and what song do they sing that I got with him? He just picked these random ass trash songs.
Nelly won, and then Nelly did it's hot in here. So Nelly won.
That's not a Joe song.
I don't care. It's his team.
And we know the only reason why Nelly showed up is because he knew Shanti was gonna be there. That was probably the second question he asked him.
He made his way over there as soon as his verse ended.
Don't matter. Nelly won.
As soon as Joe got on the phone, second question Nelly asked, yo, Shanti gonna be there?
Nelly won. Nelly won the round. I don't care nobody say. Nelly won the round for Fat Joe.
That's not a fact. That is not a fact.
Yeah,
I mean, this is all subjective. I tell you the fuck I want. That nigga won. He won the round. So y'all can say what y'all want. He won because he brought out Nelly.
In the next round, honestly, I'm giving it to Ja because he was on both songs.
He was on both songs.
So I'm giving it to Ja.
He was on Fat Joe's biggest hit.
Even though I like the Fat Joe song better personally.
Right.
I'm giving it to
Me
Ja.
too.
But I'm only saying this because when I was watching and I said, man, if Ashanti comes out and there's a song, I said to myself, I said this to G, I said, I'll give it to Ja as the winner. But then I said, if she does a song with both, then Fat Joe is the winner. Because that's your label mate.
They're both on the song.
I don't care. She didn't have to do a song. She didn't have to do a song with him, but she did. That's what I'm saying. Hip Hop won.
They're
Ja didn't.
They cool. Fat Joe is the only person that has actually made it. Like he said, he almost got 50 and Ja to actually talk and squash it. Almost got them. Right.
He saved.
That's how close he is to them. It's like,
yo,
Fat Joe's the hip hop storyteller.
Fat Joe won.
It's been clear. It's been pretty clear. Anybody's being reasonable. It's been pretty clear for Ja at this point.
It's not been.
Right now, it's just more dirt on the coffin.
The next round, Always on Time versus Make It Rain. Now I like Make It Rain better.
I like it Make It Rain better,
but it's not because of Joe.
Right. That might as well be a Wayne song.
Yes.
That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
It has.
It does matter. You didn't give Ja his rounds because you said those are Jay. We can't give Joe this round because this is Wayne. If we go by your standards.
Fine, it's 10-5. Or 10-6, whatever you want to call
it. Joe has 4-5 maybe at this point.
Joe has a clear 10 or 11. And as I understand, 20, that's the majority. So he won. But okay, keep going. We'll keep going.
Next round, Ja played I'm Real, and Joe came with Lean Back. I'm willing to give it to Lean Back, but I could be convinced.
But yeah, because I'm Real was a huge record. And at this point, Ja is still dominating the crowd.
Right. And Joe, which point did Joe try to get crowd interaction and like it just totally flopped? Is it this song?
It might have been.
It was one of these.
This one. I think
the crowd was heavy. The crowd was in that singing shit, so they wasn't trying to hear no hard shit.
But that's because Ja dominated the battle.
He dominated a couple of songs towards the end.
Yeah, like 10 of them.
4 to 5
like the last
best.
half.
4 to 5 at best.
That nigga took that. He took that break, and Ja just came out with the shits.
Joe should never took a break.
Yeah.
Joe didn't have the best rounds. I'll give you that, but he still won. It was sloppy.
The last round by default go to the locks.
Yeah, Kiss won that because he had a better verse of both of them. So
Kiss won. Kiss won 3 verses. First time ever done.
Yeah.
Now, you can agree with that. Did Kiss win?
Yeah,
Did Kiss
won that round? 3-0. 3-0 in verses.
He didn't even want to be there because he maybe he was hyped in the beginning, like, oh, this is about to be crazy. And then like as the night went on, he was probably like, man, I might have to wake up early in the morning or something.
I think Joe made that call and not Ja.
Had to. You think he called him? You think he was like, yo, yeah, you in Yonkers right now?
Right.
Yo, can you slide down?
Now, I will say this.
Can you slide down real quick?
I don't know if the Dipset Locks battle would have went better, but what Joe was doing to Ja is what Cam should have been doing to the Locks. I will agree with that. Joe was talking that stuff. He was talking that talk.
That's what I'm saying. Yo, when he said, yo, you need to feed them girls, that shit was hilarious. I'm saying, and I can't, y'all say that Joe was corny. He had way better jokes. He was talking that New York shit. He understood the assignment.
He also called a lot of flack for what he was saying, though. You can't call Lil Mo and beat the Dusty bitches.
He did, well, also, I think that was out of context. I don't know if he knew who they was coming. Unless he knew they were coming, and then he still said that's different.
I'm sure you saw him backstage, Joe.
I don't know.
Vita, you can hide. Lil Mo, you can't.
I don't know if you saw them because if you believe what Ashanti said, she said on stage was the first time they had seen each other since they broke up. So maybe they didn't know. I don't know. Now you may assume, like you assume when Ja's doing a versus, you assume Ashanti gonna show up. You maybe think Little Mo may show up. I don't assume Vita's gonna be anywhere. By the way, like I expect Vita in a gym
facts.
Fighting.
Yeah, everybody knew Ashanti gonna be there.
You assume because she was, but to me, that she was Murder Inc. Like that's what she was. So I expect her to show up. Like you expect when Fat Joe come out, he gonna have Remy. You expect that. Right. Because that's you put her on. Like that's what I would expect.
Yeah.
So like that may Terror Squad. I would expect that shit because y'all really is cool like that. So that doesn't surprise me. But this
was funny to me. It was also funny how Remy was just punking Ja, which I thought was also very, very funny.
And that's why you give him the win.
No, you can't because here's the thing.
She came over him and she's like, yo, that's my brother. You not. She's like, he was like, man, you know I love y'all. You can't give him the win.
But here's the thing. Despite all of that,
no, not I see.
Ja was
for
still
y'all. Despite all of that, for
Yeah.
me, I am not giving it to him on that. I'm not.
He was almost like Teflon. It did not matter.
The
bullets was bouncing right off.
It mattered to me.
It bounced right off.
I will say this: he wasn't as Teflon as Joe, because Joe, when he said that shit about Dusty bitches, that came back on him real fast. Not from anybody else, but I don't think Ashanti took offense. Little Mo was one that more so did that. She had a little bit of a spat social media wise. Like, I'm not no Dusty bitch, and she was upset. And, Joe apologized. Sincerely, it seemed like twice. So I felt like it was relatively quickly squashed. But
I don't want to give my opinion, but was he wrong?
Damn.
Wrong in what they were?
And calling them Dusty bitches? Wow.
I didn't give my opinion.
Okay.
I mean, I would assume so that you would be wrong.
Okay. All right.
Rita's in fantastic shape.
I think he was making jokes about how like thin she was, like she not eating. I thought that
Yeah,
was hilarious.
yeah.
But I mean, if you a fighter, you know you don't eat as much as you need to be eating. You cutting back calories, and
she definitely
in a battle though. They were also treating it like a battle. Is he wrong?
No.
I
think in a battle. I think in a battle. So then you know what? I agree with you. I agree with what you were saying. Yes, in a battle. I mean, come on. In a battle, Killer kicks Ghost. Like,
yeah,
right.
It got wild.
In a battle,
right.
Killer of all people put his foot on a nigga who I know will body somebody.
Right.
He's done it.
Right.
So I think Dusty Bitches was.
Yeah.
I get it, but like
heat of the moment.
Was a foot on you? Was a foot on your person? It wasn't. I'm just saying, and they were trying to go with that New York, that grittier vibe, whatever.
I think it was heat of the moment. And
I think his apology was quick with it. I mean, I think that was good. And I mean, I don't think he meant anything. But and again, one of the few guys I think sincerely says things on like social. He's one of them. One of like 5 people who I think when they say something, they really mean it. Yeah, like if you follow
him, Jay Prince.
Yeah, like Jay Prince say shit and he be like, he say something, you be like, yeah, I had to go.
Even Jay Prince don't mean it. I'm accepting it.
I had to. What is the story that what was it? Roy Woods Jr. gave when he did a Crane Yankers call to Jay Prince?
Oh yeah. And
Jay Prince ain't take it funny at all. He was just like, he said, "Where you at?" He said, I need to see you. I need to look at you in the face. Nigga said he went to the airport immediately. He said he left the studio and he said, like, caught him by he up here. Like, he wasn't playing no games.
You gotta look that one up. You gotta look that one up, G. You definitely gotta look that one up.
He said, I ain't come back.
I definitely gotta look that up.
He definitely the prank was about, I guess he was saying like, yo, your CDs, your shipment ain't get to like these stores, like the mom and pop stores in Houston, blah, blah, blah. So, Jay Prince was like, being the man that he is, like, yo, where you at? Like, I'll get him over there. And, he kept trying to talk crazy to Jay Prince. And then he got to the point where he was like...
It was bad. And Roy Wood, Roy Wood, he's like, the black dude's been on a Daily Show for a minute. He even said, like, it's the only one he actually was, like, concerned with.
Yeah.
The dude said, where you at? He said, I know where you at. I'm going to be up there. He was
when
like,
you hear,
what?
Because it was like, because how people on the shows and they do the pranks and they're just like, it was a joke, blah, blah, blah. And the dude be like, oh, man, you got me. Jay Prince was like, where you at?
Right. Didn't even care. It was like, it's a joke. No, I don't joke like that. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna leave your city then immediately. I don't want that smoke. But yeah, there's few people who when they speak, you be like, all right, fair enough.
That's all I was saying. It's to me, my opinion, it was in a battle context. He can still apologize, but like let's relax.
Well, that's what I didn't like. I felt like there was a lot of like she had a whole real long post and I've never been this and that's disrespectful. And I'm like, I think you got to look at it from like, they trying to, it's a battle. It's a versus. It's a,
they talking
you're trying to bring back competition and like, yo, fuck your side in a friendly way. Cause they, as you mentioned, they cool. Yeah, they all, they said during the battle, man, I love you each other like 17,000 times.
Right.
Like, it wasn't like no real vitriol there. So like, I think
I think Joe could have easily done some 50 antics. I'm not saying he could have brought out 50.
He did threaten to play Candy Shop.
Yeah, he could have easily done a lot of antics.
If he would have brought out 50, it'd have been over. Period. That's I
think it would have been whack for 50
versus and have friends because I would do shit like that.
I would just bring out the nigga 50 though.
Huh? 50 not doing it. 50 not.
Yeah, I'm about to say.
You're not doing that shit at all. Speaking of which, hilarious. In the comments, I guess Irv Gotti felt some kind of way. What everybody talking about, man, 50 would wash Ja, and I think after seeing what Ja would play, my God, 50 would fucking destroy Ja.
He would obliterate.
Yeah.
It would be the worst versus ever. Like as far as one-sided.
It was a lot of people that were saying, like, because remember this came up with like 50 to battle Ja, 50 to battle T.I. And then like seeing Ja in the battle, and I'm sitting there saying like 50 would obliterate this. If this is what Ja's coming with, 50 would destroy this.
50 would
30.
absolutely it
Right,
it would
it'd be a
be
30.
they would have to call it. It would be 10 songs in and they'd be like, Ja's left. This is just a 50 concert now.
And they'd have to fight. There's no other way out of it.
Yo, the only way to salvage it is if Ja would have to rush him. He would
You have to
have
fight.
to go rush that dude. And he's smaller than 50. That's not going to end well for him. But
Yeah.
he
They've been in a
has to
fight
do it.
before. They've been in a fight before in Atlanta. That's how 50 got Ja's watch.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
they'd have to fight.
Or his necklace. He got his necklace.
So there's a couple events where it can only end in a fight. If I get crossed, ripped, and dunked on in the same game, we gotta fight.
Yeah.
I gotta
I
get
said
kicked
all
out of
the
the
time.
game.
I said all the time, yo, but yo, listen, somehow about that, like if we fight, let me know because this is what it is.
Hey,
But now I think that was so what was it? Irv responds like, man, fuck 50, something about what did he say specifically?
He
I gotta
didn't do
pull it up.
anything. He said there's like he's been shot, stabbed, he sued us. The suing part is not true at all. Like anybody does their research, 50 never sued Ja Murder Inc. or asked for order of protection, none of that stuff.
Yeah, and the thing that's crazy about it is like 50 gets this rap, or 50 has this rap of people thinking like he a snitch or he an informant or he's soft or whatever it comes from. And it's funny, even dudes that like know 50, like from like that era, they say all the time, like, yo, I may not like 50 for a lot of things they do, but he don't do that shit.
He ain't that.
There's many people who could just be like, yo, like, dudes he's wrong back in the day that'd be like, yo, man, he on this or he on that. No one's ever been like, yo, he a snitch. No one's ever said he wasn't about that life. Ever. Ever. Yeah. I've never heard anybody that's been like, yo, he really only the murdering crew. Yeah. Y'all was just the most thoroughest out here that only I know. I ain't hearing that. The hood talk too much. That's
the thing. Like it's a lot of history behind it. People can go look up like
a lot of stuff.
A lot of people that was outside. My family's from 50's hood. A lot of people was outside, like 50's outside. He wasn't doing none of that. Like they wasn't snitching. He was in the street.
So, he was. They talk about how he got his advance from Columbia. He said, "I went to the block."
Went to the block with him.
That's what I did. It wasn't enough. I need to go flip. All right.
Right.
Was what it is. I mean, not that I'm not condoning or saying it's a great choice, but this is what some people do. This is what it is. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I thought, and that also added to like the corniness of Murder Inc. Like, yo, yeah, like if you want to compete with him musically, fine. Going back to all this fake thug shit.
But this is things that, like, this is one of situations where Irv and Ja weren't really street dudes like that.
No.
And if you like, there was an interview with the dude Bimmy, who used to be part of the Cream Team, Waka Flocka's uncle, Deb's brother, Bimmy. Been in the music industry a long time. And he was in his Preem team before he got into music, and he was like, he told Preem that you don't want to start messing with these dudes, Irv, and whatever, because it's going to get sloppy if you do. Because you know they're not street dudes, but he also know they the type of dudes that's going to start acting tough because you got backing.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what ended up happening. And the fact that you got dudes from Hollis, and like anybody from Queens knows that Hollis people don't really, Hollis and Southside don't mix. So the fact that you got a couple Hollis dudes coming all the way over to get some help from Preem, who's Southside, says a lot too. So it kind of ended up how Bimmy said it was going to end up. It's going to end up being really sloppy and not working because these dudes ain't from that. And he was saying, like, you know, that was part of 50's problem with Preem. It's like, yo, I'm from the South Side. How you messing with them over dudes like me? So
facts. 100% facts. So they're little hip hop history, man. But I just thought that shit was corny. That's an attitude to me. That shit was corny. That shit was corny. I can't. I'm not. If you want to call out him, because you know what, You got more buzz now than y'all have had in years with that wasn't hilariously like depressing, like Fire Festival and the All-Star Game shit. Use it to then call out 50, like, yo, let's drop the hatch and let's do it for hip hop. Like that was your chance. 50 gonna tell you fuck off, but maybe somebody else picks up the challenge because I mean, who would 50 gains nothing from whipping your ass?
No,
nothing because he ain't gonna lose. He gonna win. I don't care what nobody say. He gonna win.
30.
30.
No.
30.